But as I was saying in life, ladies and gentlemen, what you put into life is exactly what you get every life. I mean, if you ask yourself in your life, why does the rich get richer and the poor gets poorer? Every time I go with my rich friends to the Wild Coast, they go with 30, 40,000, they'll make 100,000. I go with 300, 400 and don't give me 1 cent. So I had about 3, 5 rands in my pocket. I walked into this so-called pearl room, put 3 coins into this machine, pulled this bar, 3 blue 7s appeared. I was excited. For the first time in my life, I won 2,000 rands. I went upstairs, slept with my shirt on, put the 2,000 rand in the top pocket of my white shirt, didn't tell my wife about it. And when I get up in the morning, I feel my top pocket, I see this 2,000 rand is gone. My wife is waking me up. She says, how are you feeling this morning, darling? I said, I don't know what's wrong, but I'm not feeling 2 grand. But this is the amazing realities in life. What you put into life, I always say, is what you get out of life. You know, just recently I did an Italian couple's wedding in Mslanga, in Durban North, which is a very prestigious area. And we were playing in the band. The band was playing out there in the pool deck. The mother was in the kitchen. The daughter was upstairs with the newly wedded husband. And within 5 minutes, the daughter comes running downstairs. She says, Mamma Mia, or Harry, take off his shirt, Mamma Mia. He's got a full hair on his chest. The mother says, Maria, I tell you nicely. I make a pasta, you go upstairs, you make a Harry happy. So in the meantime, Harry took off his trousers. She comes running downstairs. He says, Mamma Mia, or Harry, take off his trousers. He's got a full hair on his legs. The mother says, Maria, I tell you nicely. I make a pasta, you go upstairs, you make a Harry happy. In the meantime, Harry had a wooden leg. You see, he had to unscrew one half and leave it on the bed. So the daughter comes running downstairs. Says, Mamma Mia, or Harry's got a foot and a half. The mother says, Maria, you make a pasta, I go make a Harry happy. So this is the way the things go. But remember, ladies and gentlemen, I mean, from the day that we are born, God loves us. I mean, everybody's talking about tampons. I just came out of the chemist now. I was amazed to see tampons with bells on it. They say they got it for the Christmas period. Did you ever ask yourself, my brother, which is the only thing in life is like a woman's menstrual cycle? Did you ever ask yourself that question? It's your bloody salary. It'll come once a month, it'll last for 3 or 4 days, and if it don't come, you're finished. So just remember, this is the amazing thing about life. But I just want to say to you, alcohol is cunning, it's powerful, it's baffling. It'll teach you how to add to your miseries, multiply your debts, subtract from your wallet, and divide your family. Just before I could come here, my friend phoned me in Durban, pissed drunk on the telephone. I said, what's the story, Mikey Rekenik Samutu? My wife just gave birth. I said, what baby, Mikey Rekenik? I was so on, I forgot to ask. So anyway, I pick him up, I go to St. Aidan's Hospital, beautiful nurse at the reception counter, vital statistics in the right places. I said, madam, could you tell me in which ward is Mrs. P. Naidu? She says, are you the husband? I said, no, it's my friend. She says, congratulations, you got a son. We were bubbling with enthusiasm, exhilarating with joy, a rejuvenation of the human spirit. We ran up the staircase, right hand into the corridor, left hand into the maternity section. There was his wife lying on the bed, and next to her, a beautiful newborn baby. And to confirm what the nurse said, he lifted the shawl to see if it was a boy. Then he turns to his wife and said, what's wrong with this bloody nurse? She tells me I got a son, but this is a girl. His wife says, shut your bloody mouth, you're drunk again. Turn the baby the other side. That's the effect of booze. I mean, Martin, I must compliment you people. You know, from the time this function started, I noticed nobody's cell phone ever rang. We've taken a leaf from the great Nelson Mandela, because when George Bush said, Honorable Mandela, a man of international stature and your caliber, how is it possible that you don't carry a cell phone? He says, me, I don't believe in cell phones. For 27 years, I had my own cell, and nobody ever phoned me. So you've got to be very, very careful when you think about these things, you know. But that's the way life goes. I mean, we all want to, everybody has a dream. Martin Luther King had a dream that one day his children will not be judged by the color of the skin, but by the content of the character. And America was born. Nelson Mandela had a dream. After 27 years of incarceration, all men in the land of South Africa shall be equal, irrespective of color, race, or creed. I had a dream. And imagine calling us a rainbow nation when a rainbow doesn't have black or white. Sick country. It's a sick country. This is a sick country. Honest to God. And I had a dream. I always wanted to work for a white man because they were superior people in the early days. And they threw me into Chatsworth, 2-bedroom house, biggest Indian township, 13 brothers. We were a very poor family. We used to draw wardrobes on the wall and hang our clothes. And I loved working for this white man because he used to pay me 15 rands a day. And at the end of 5 days, I said, boss, I showed you my attitude. Now you show me your gratitude. He says, how much do I owe you, Muthu? I said, 15, boss, 5 times. I can't add. I'm only 12 years old. He says, okay, let's work it out. He wrote 15, 15, 15, 15, 15, 5 times. He says, let's see how much I owe you. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. He gave me 30 rands. I said, white man can't be wrong. So I came to my brother, he's a mathematician. He says, what happened? I said, I worked for this veto, man. 15 plus 15, 2 days is 30 rand. I don't know how this veto got 5 days, 30 rand. My brother says, I told you, concentrate on maths in school, you're stupid. How much has man paid you? I said, 15. He wrote 15. He says, how many days you worked for him? I said, 5. He said, multiply by 5. He says, now let's see how much this veto owes you. 5 5 is 25 plus that 1, 26. Shut your mouth, the veto overpaid you. What are you complaining for? So this one, you've got to be very, very careful when you get yourself in these situations. But sometimes we think we're too smart. Sometimes we think we're too wise. But I just want to say to you, wonderful people, gather your rosebuds while you may, because time is still a-flying. The same flower that smiles today, tomorrow will be dying. Yesterday's history, tomorrow's a mystery. Today we can make this a victory. Affirmative action crippled us. We Indians don't know where we belong. My uncle lost his job after 45 years working for McCarthy Sigma. Came to my auntie and cried. My auntie says, beat the system. The more stringent the rules, the greater the loopholes. Goes and apply for a pension. When he went to apply for a pension, the guy at the office looked at my uncle. He says, you got no grey hair on the head, no grey hair on the chest. I can't give you a pension. He came back to my auntie and he cried. My auntie says, beat the system. Dye your hair grey on the head, dye it on the chest. They must give you a pension. He dyes his hair grey on the head, he dyes it on the chest. He goes and applies for pension. The guy looks at my uncle. He says, grey on the head, grey on the chest. You qualify for pension. He comes to my auntie and he says, it worked. I dyed my hair grey on the head, I dyed in the chest. They told me I can get a pension. My auntie says, you stupid fool. You should have dropped your trousers and got disability grant one time. So this is how you can beat the system, you know. This is the way it goes. But they say, if you want to be happy, it's left entirely upon you. It's what you want to do with your life, it's totally your choice. You know, we all are caught up in this country with fear. We all are caught up in this country with fear. But if you want to know what is fear, he who fears that he is going to suffer already suffers because of that fear. And if you take the word fear, F-E-A-R, and you break it down, it will stand for false evidence appearing real. So 90% of the time, you're frightened of nothing. I had to come here by taxi. That is what fear is about. Sitting in a taxi, you won't know what's fear. And this guy shoots through a red robot. I said, what's wrong with this man? Next minute he shoots through another red robot. I said, God help me. Next minute he shoots through another robot. I said, Almighty Lord, guide us. I said, what's wrong with you, brother? You're carrying breadwinners, human lives. How could you drive through red robots like this? He says, hi, my friend. I've got 3 brothers. They all own a taxis. And they all drive through red robots like this. Next minute he comes to a green robot, he puts dead brakes. I said, what's wrong, bro? Green robot is supposed to go across. He says, hi, my friend, in case my brothers are coming from the other side. So you've got to be very, very careful when you get yourself into these situations. I mean, if there's anything in this world that is spoken in every home is the word politics. Everybody talks about politics. I remember when a 6-year-old child walked up to his father and says, Daddy, could you explain the word politics to me? He says, son, I'm going to explain it to you in terms of home economics. See, I must work and ensure money comes into this house. I am management. Your mother decides what to do with my money. She's government. See, you've got needs and desires, so you represent the people. You see, the maid that works for us, that is the working class. You see, your baby brother who's in the next room, that is the future. So in terms of home economics, that is what politics is all about. The child was totally confused. He goes to bed. He gets up to the cry of his baby brother at 1 o'clock in the morning. He goes in the room. He sees his baby brother has messed himself. He rushes to his mommy's room, bangs on the door, no response. He boots open the door of the maid and he sees his father in bed with the maid. Disgusted, this child goes to sleep. He gets up at 6 o'clock in the morning. He says, Daddy, I found the answer to politics. He says, what is it, son? He says, Dad, when the government is asleep, management ignores the needs of the people, screws the working class, whilst the future is in shit. So ladies and gentlemen, that tells you exactly what it's all about. I just want to say to you, wonderful people, you know, just recently I've been to India in order to import fireworks into South Africa, part of the Diwali Indian festival celebrations. And we had a white lady who was taking us around to negotiate the international rate of exchange to get us the best deal in terms of forward cover. And when she saw an Indian guy with a white piece of cloth, she says to me, Muthu, can I ask him a question? I said, go ahead and ask him. She asked the Indian guy, tell me something, what do you guys wear underneath? Do you all wear a brief or underpants? But the Indian guy brilliantly responds. He says, madam, if I had to tell you, you might not want to believe me. It is better if you put your hand and feel yourself. Hey, and this lady was brave, man, and she put her hand and she felt. She said, oh, gruesome me. The guy from India said, madam, you put your hand one more time, it's going to grow some more. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. God bless you, and have a wonderful day.